In this video, we'll learn how to save filters. All right, so picking up right where we left off in our previous video, we had created this search to find everything that is not done. So that's what this search is looking for, everything where the status is not done. If we wanted to keep this so we didn't have to type this in every time or find this search again, what we could do is hit Save As. Let's give this a name. So everything that's not done in the demo project, because we do have the project equals demo, which means that it's searching only in this one project. In this particular case, we only have one project in our Jira instance, but I always like to name the filters in a way that I know exactly what that filter is doing. So I'm going to hit submit, and there we go. So we've saved this filter, and now if we come into issues, we can find these filters. So here is our new filter that we've created. And at any time, let's say if we hop back to our dashboard, we're moving around, we're doing whatever we want in Jira, we can hop back into that particular search, and there we go. Here's all of our issues that are not done. And this is going to update. So if somebody were to actually take, for example, this one right here, let's say we wanted to actually finish this one, so I'm going to hit done. And then if I were to come back, so that was keyboard shortcuts was the name of that one. You can see this one is done. So if I do a search for everything that's not done, keyboard shortcuts is no longer in that particular search because it no longer matches this search query. So really, really cool stuff. All right, so now that we've saved this, we know we can access it here, but what if it doesn't show up here? So this list of filters is going to be really kind of the recent filters that you've accessed. Kind of like the recent issues that you've accessed here. And you can see there's only so many that will show up because this dropdown can only be so long. So if at any time you don't see a filter in this listing here, you can go to Manage Filters to find all of the filters that you've saved. So these are my favorite filters. By default, this one is set to favorite. I'll show what that means here in a second. You can search for just the filters that you've created. So that's these here. Any popular filters, so things that have been created by other people on your team that are very popular, other people are using and reusing, you can find those here. Or you can do a search for a filter. So let's say I want to find everything that the administrator created. So I can do a search for that. And these are the filters that the administrator has created and shared with the entire organization. So really quick ways of being able to find those filters there. All right, so let's hop back into my filters. So I want to point out this favorites here. So when you star a filter, really what it does is it adds it to your bookmark. So if I come into search for issues, you'll notice that this over here on the left-hand side is a list of filters. So these are just recent filters that you've accessed, and then your favorite filters are down below. So if you add or remove a filter from your favorites, this is where it's going to show up. Just a really quick way of being able to access a lot of the filters that you use on a regular basis. So think of it kind of like a bookmarking system, essentially, is what that is. And then with this left-hand panel, you can always come in, find filters. It's going to take you back to the same as Manage Filters here. Doing a search, finding just your favorite ones. It looks like I actually removed that from favorites, so you can see that over there. All right, so that's how we can actually save our filters. Now, we will dive more in depth into things like sharing filters and setting a lot of that up in a different module. That will actually be the module for managers and team leaders to be able to share a lot of that information. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. But for this module, let's move on and start to look at the Agile view and kind of get an understanding of what the board's view or an Agile view looks like here inside of Jira.